Testing one, testing two. Hello there and welcome to the President's Milo Trophy 2013. Well, these are the knockout stages we have entered and this is the semi-finals, and today is the first semi-finals between Darmaraja College and Wesley College. Well, both teams are in good form, and especially Darmaraja being unbeaten and the league champs, and they go in as the favorites. But however, Wesley College, even though they go in as an underdogs, but today's game is a semi-finals. They're going to go all guns blazing, so you never know until the final whistle what's going to happen. Well, I don't want to take much time and waste this because the game is about to start, so don't go anywhere. Keep it locked onto your TVs. But before that, I'm going to hand over to Hishan Valmiller just to have a chat with the captains.
ජනාධිපති කුසලාන පාසල් රග්බි තරග මාලාවේ පිළිමනුන් පිටදැගේ මේ තරගාවලියේ අවසන් පූර්ව වටේ ප්‍රථම තරගයටයි අද අපි අවතීන වෙ සිටින්නේ කොළඹ රාජකීය විද්‍යාලය ක්‍රීඩාංගණයේදී. අප සමග සිටිනවා අද තරගයේ තරග වදින කොළඹ විශ්වවිද්‍යාල කණ්ඩායමත් ඒ වගේම මහනුවර ධර්මරාජ විද්‍යාල කණ්ඩායමේ නායකයන් දෙදෙනාත්. මුලින්ම මම කතා කරන්න කැමතියි කොළඹ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ නායක රාහුල් සමග. රාහුල්, අද තරගයේ ඉතාමත් ප්‍රබල අභියෝගයක් නේද ඔබට?
ඔව්. ලොකු ෆයිට් එකක්. අපි වින් එක තමයි යන්නේ.
දැන් පෙර පැවති තරගාවල විශේෂයෙන්ම අර්ධ අවසන් පූර්ව වටේ තරගයේ සහභාගී කණ්ඩායමේ වෙනස්කමක් කර තියෙනවා අද තරගයට, විශේෂයෙන්ම මහනුවර ධර්මරාජ විද්‍යාලය වගේ ප්‍රබල කණ්ඩායමක් අභියෝග ජය ගන්නට.
අපි සේම් සයිඩ් ගහන්නේ. අපි ස්ට්‍රෝං සයිඩ් එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒක ෆයිට් එකක් දෙනවා.
මට කියන්න පුළුවන්ද අද දවසේ ඔබගේ කණ්ඩායමේ මොන වගේ ක්‍රීඩකයන් කෙරෙහිද ඔබගේ වැඩිපුර බලාපොරොත්තු වෙලා තියෙන්නේ අද දවසේ දශකම් දක්වාවේ කියලා නායකයා වශයෙන්?
අපි ටීම් එකක් විදිහට සෙල්ලම් කරන්නේ. ඔක්කොමලා එකට සෙල්ලම් කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා.
අපි ඔබට සුපතන අතරේදී අපි මහනුවර ධර්මරාජ විද්‍යාලයේ නායකයා සමග කතා කරන්න සූදානම් වෙනවා. ඇත්තටම මෙවර තරගාවලියේදී ධර්මරාජ විද්‍යාලයේ කණ්ඩායම විශේෂයෙන්ම ඒ කොටසේ තරගාවලියේදී දක්ෂයන් විදිහට අපරාජිත කණ්ඩායමක් ලෙසයි තරගාවලිය නිමාවපත් කරේ. ඒ වගේම අවසන් පූර්ව වටේ පිවිසීමේදී ජනාධිපති කුසලාන තරගාවලියේදී ඔවුන් කිසිදු කණ්ඩායමක් හැකියාවක් ලැබුණේ නැහැ ඔවුන්ව පරාජයට පත් කිරීමට. ඒ අභියෝගයත් එක්ක ඒ විශ්වාසයත් එක්කයි ඔවුන් අද වෙස්ලි විද්‍යාලයට සමගින් තරග වදින්නේ. දිනුෂ, මොන වගේ අභියෝගයක්ද ඔබට තියෙන්නේ ඒ දැක්මත් එක්ක විශේෂ අපරාජිත කණ්ඩායමක් ලෙස අද තරග වදිද්දී?
අද ඇත්තටම තරගයේ කලින් තරඟ කරපු විදිහටම මේ මැච් එක මේ ශ්‍රී ලංකාවෙන් තමයි ඉන්නේ. ටීම් එකක් විදිහට අපේ ටීම් එක ඇත්තටම ගොඩක් කියන්නේ මම හිතන්නේ ෆෝර්ස්ලා වුණත් අද ගොඩක් හොඳට ගහයි. මට ලොකු විශ්වාසයක් තියෙනවා. අද මම හිතන්නේ අපේ ගේම් එකේ ෆෝර්ස්ලා ගොඩක් ගේම් එක එන්ජොයි කරා.
ඇත්තටම දැන් ඔබ මේ තරගාවලට ප්‍රවිෂ්ඨ වීමේදී පසුගිය වසරේදී ඔබ B කාණ්ඩයෙන් තමයි තරග වැදුනේ. ඔබ ඒ කණ්ඩායමට ප්‍රවිෂ්ඨ වෙලා අද මේ ආපු ගමන පිළිබඳව පාසලක් විදියට කණ්ඩායමක් විදියට මොනවා වගේ සතුටද තියෙන්නේ?
ඇත්තටම ගොඩක් සතුටුයි. අවුරුදු 43කට පස්සේ තමයි අපි අපේ ස්කෝල්ට A ඩිවිෂන් ලීග් කප් එක ගෙනාවේ. සෙවන්ස් අන්ඩර් 18 10s ඒ වගේ ශූරතා ගෙනත් තිබ්බා. උනාට මේ සැරේ ලොකු බලාපොරොත්තුවක් තිබ්බා මේ කණ්ඩායමත් එක්ක 2013 ලීග් ශූරතාවේ දිනන්න.
දැන් අපිට අවසාන වශයෙන් කියන අද කණ්ඩායමේ ඔබ බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන දශකම් දක්වන ක්‍රීඩකයන් පිළිබඳව ඔබට යම්කිසි හැඟීමක් ඇති අද දශකම් දක්වා කියලා විශ්වාස දෙන ක්‍රීඩකයන් අපිට නම් කරන්න පුළුවන්ද?
ටීම් එකක් විදිහට ඉතින් අපි හැමෝම එකට සෙල්ලම් කරලා මැච් එක දිනන තමයි.
ඔව්, අපි කණ්ඩායම් දෙකටම සුබ ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරනවා. මයිලෝ ජනාධිපති කුසලාන අවසන් පූර්ව වටේ තරගයක් තමයි අද පැවැත්වෙන්නේ කොළඹ රාජකීය විද්‍යාලය ක්‍රීඩාංගණයේදී. කොළඹ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලය කණ්ඩායමත් මහනුවර ධර්මරාජ විද්‍යාලය කණ්ඩායමත් තමයි ප්‍රථම අවසන් පූර්ව වටේ තරග සඳහා සුසුකම් ලබාගෙන සිටින්නේ.
Thanks very much, Hishan, for those exciting words from the two captains. That's Rojana Hettiarachi of Darmaraja College and Rahul De Silva of Wesley College speaking just before the game. They're about to kick off as we see the teams lined up here at the Royal College Sports Complex, and it's going to be a cracking semi-final, that's for sure. Both teams surmounting, well, not tough hurdles for Darmaraja. They hammered their opposition by 62 points to 8, and we had Wesley College who overcame tougher opposition by 22 points to 17. That was when they beat Science College. Our referees for this evening is Irshad Kada, who did a tough job up in Nawalpitiya yesterday. If you're watching our coverage live here on CSN, you would have seen Irshad running up and down for the sevens game, but he's very fit, so he's here again today, and he will have a very tough job controlling this game because both sides will be playing very fast open rugby. They are teams that like to run the ball wide, and Wesley also, Rahul De Silva was telling me before the game, they would like to take this Darmaraja team wide and see whether they have the defensive capabilities to stop them out wide, because they've got some very good runners. Those are the Darmaraja fans fans all wearing their Maroons t-shirt, the unbeaten league champions after 43 years. They brought the league cup back to Darmaraja College, and that's something that they're very happy about. And this is a Wesley College team. They're the underdogs going into this game, that's for sure. But if the league game between these two sides, Wesley and Darmaraja, is anything to go by, it will be a very, very close contest. In that match, Darmaraja went into a stunning lead early on, but Wesley came back, and 10 more minutes in the game, they might have caught on as the young Wesley fans watch eagerly awaiting this match to kick off from the Royal College Sports Complex. We are live and exclusive on CSN. Thanks for joining us for this extravaganza of rugby. We had the Carlton Sevens over the last 2 days, and now we're having the two semi-finals and of course the final of the President's Trophy knockout. That's where we are at, sponsored by Milo, and we are bringing you all the live action from the Royal College Sports Complex. Joining me in the commentary box now, he's done a big run back from the rounds where he just interviewed the two captains. Hishan Wellmiller, good evening Hishan. It's going to be a good game, isn't it?
ඔවුන්ගේ දස්කම් උපරිම මට්ටමින් පෙන්වන්නට මොකද දන්නවා ජනාධිපති කුසලාන තරඟාවලික ජයග්‍රහණය පාසලකට ඉතාමත්ම වැදගත් තරඟාවලියක් විදිහට හඳුන්වන්න පුළුවන්. ශානක කිව්ව ආකාරයටම ධර්මරාජ විදුවල් කණ්ඩායම මෙවර තරඟාවලිය අපරාජිත කණ්ඩායමක් ලෙස තමන්ගේ දස්කම් දක්වමින් මහනුවරට විශේෂයෙන්ම ඒ කොටසේ ලීග් ශුරතාවයේ පාසල් ලීග් ශුරතාවය ගෙනීම සමත් වුණා. වසර 43කට පස්සේ ඉන් අනතුරුව ඔවුන්ට තවත් අභියෝගයක් අද එල්ල වී තිබෙනවා. මහනුවරට ජනාධිපති කුසලානය රැගෙන යාමේ ප්‍රථම අභියෝගයයි මේ වන විට ඔවුන්ට එල්ල වී සිටින්නේ වෙස්ලි විද්‍යාලය සමගින්. වෙස්ලි විද්‍යාල කණ්ඩායමත් මේ තරගයට ප්‍රවේශ වුණේ විද්‍යාල කණ්ඩායම පරාජයට පත් කරමින්, ඒ වගේම ධර්මරාජ විද්‍යාලයට සිදු වුණා CWW කන්නංගර විද්‍යාලය පරාජයට පත් කරන්නට අර්ධ අවසන් පූර්ව වටේ තරගයේදී මේ අවසන් පූර්ව වටේට පිවිසීම සඳහා. ශානක.
Thanks, Hishan. It's going to be a kick-off in just a few moments as we see the double blues fans. As you know, Wesley play in the light blue and the dark blue, so they're called the double blues. And the Darmaraja also have a little bit of blue in, or blue or greyish blue in their strip, but they are called the Maroons. And you'll see all the fans that have travelled down from Kandy and all the Darmaraja fans living in and around Colombo also are flocking to this round to make sure that their team not only remain unbeaten in the league, but will do an unbeaten double. They will obviously have to remain unbeaten to do the double, and the President's Trophy is the next item on their list. That's the flag that I was talking about, blue in the middle and the Maroons, and those are the t-shirts I was talking about as well. Entire host of Rajan's fans wearing those Maroons t-shirts, and they've got their slogans at the back as well. Hishan, it's going to be a match that a lot of people didn't expect to go down to the wire. I think because the quarter-final was easier for Darmaraja, they will be a little bit fresher, whereas Wesley had a tough game against Science College, so that would have taken a little bit more out of their legs. So do you think that fitness will come into play towards the latter part of this game, Hishan?
අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ඔබ කිව්ව ආකාරයෙන්ම ශාරීරික යෝග්‍යතාවය ඉතාමත් වැදගත් වෙනවා. ඔබ කිව්ව ආකාරයටම මහනුවර ධර්මරාජ විද්‍යාල කණ්ඩායම අවසන් පූර්වයේදී එතරම් අභියෝගයක් වුන්ට එල්ල වුණේ නැහැ. මොරල්ල CWW කන්නංගර මහාවිද්‍යාලය වෙනුවෙන් විශේෂයෙන්ම වුන් ලකුණු 62යි 8ක් ලෙසයි තරගයේ ජයග්‍රහණය කළේ. නමුත් විද්‍යාල කණ්ඩායම ප්‍රබල අභියෝගයක් එල්ල කිරීම සමත් වුණා. වෙස්ලි විද්‍යාල කණ්ඩායමට තරගයේ අවසන් මොහොත වන දක්වා කණ්ඩායම් දෙක ඉතාමත් හොඳින් ක්‍රීඩා කරා. කණ්ඩායම අවසන් පූර්ව වටේ තේරී විද යන පැනේ පිළිබඳව ගැටලුවක් තිබුණා තරගයේ දරපු ප්‍රේක්ෂක පිරිස. නමුත් ලකුණු 22යි 17ක් ලෙසයි අවසන් ලකුණු පූර්ව දිස්ුනේ වෙස්ලි විද්‍යාල කණ්ඩායම අවසන් පූර්ව වටේට පිවිසීමත් සමගින් ජනාධිපති කුසලාන තරගාවලියේදී. ශානක.
Wesley College might have made a few positional changes today. They've had a bit of a rest though, and they know that Darmaraja is a formidable opposition. They've already played them once, and let's see whether Terence Henry is going to be able to be lucky the second time around. It will be a huge upset if Wesley win this match, but it's not beyond the realms of comprehension because the league game between these two is very close. Cincy Seagats comes back into the side, and he might be actually playing at number 8. He's been playing at prop all this time as we see the chief guest being introduced to the Darmaraja College team, and he is someone who will be very happy to see an outstanding game of rugby regardless of who wins.
ධර්මරාජ විද්‍යාල කණ්ඩායමත් වෙස්ලි විද්‍යාල කණ්ඩායමත් මේ ප්‍රථම අවසන් පූර්ව වටේ තරඟටයි මේ සූදානම් වන්නේ. තරගාවලියේ ආරාධිත අමුත්තා මම සමාගමේ කලමාකාරතුමා අපිට දකින්නවා වෙස්ලි විද්‍යාලය කණ්ඩායමේ නායකයා හඳුන්වා ගැනීම අනතුරුව රාහුල් තමන්ගේ කණ්ඩායම හඳුන්වා දෙනවා. ශානක් කිව්ව ආකාරයට බොහෝ විට වෙස්ලි විද්‍යාලය කණ්ඩායම තමන්ගේ ප්‍රබලතම කණ්ඩායම මේ තරගයට කිරීමට විශ්වාසයක් තිබෙනවා. මොකද ධර්මරාජ විද්‍යාලය කණ්ඩායම මේ වසරේ අපරාජිත කණ්ඩායමක් ලෙස විශේෂම ප්‍රබල කණ්ඩායමක් ලෙසයි ඔවුන් මේ තරගයේ විශේෂ ශානක මම හිතන්නේ මේ කණ්ඩායම වසර ගණනාවක් මුල්ලේ එක දිගට පාසල නියෝජනය කරමු කණ්ඩායමක් එක් වයස් කාණ්ඩවලදී.
Yes, Rojana was saying at your interview also, Hishan, and several of the Darmaraja fans have also been telling me this team has been together for a long time. They've been playing since they were under 10, I think, and they have won titles at under 16, under 18, and now at under 20 levels as well. So a team that is together and knows each other so well is bound to bring champions to the mix, and that's probably a future Darmaraja player who's sitting there and watching his big ayahs play. Let's see whether he will, in maybe another 15 years' time, be donning that same jersey that the Rajans are wearing so proudly this evening. So remaining unbeaten and wanting to make sure that they remain unbeaten in the after the next 80 minutes, as the school songs will be played just ever so shortly, and will be kicking off right after that.
Wesley's voice shall sound, ready I shall all be found in duty and in honor bound. Wesley to the fore. We'll do our best in martyr hall, we'll do our best in battle ball, taking cool whatever before, Grey and Eberron. And for our dear land will be men of grit and industry, honor bright and loyalty, Wesley to the fore.
Going around the Royal College Sports Complex. You're live here with us on CSN for exclusive coverage of the President's Trophy knockout. This is the semi-final, the first semi-final between Darmaraja College and Wesley. As we see the team card there, the key players will be Rojana Hettiarachchi playing at number 10, and of course Tinina Vijayasinghe, who has been outstanding at fullback for this Darmaraja College team. Those are the two guys that will be looking to make inroads into the Wesley defense. Here's the Wesley College team card. The captain Rahul De Silva at number 9. He's all important, and watch out for that Wesley back three. Madhushan, Aryavansa and Madhushankar, they really are very fast guys. Look out for Jurangpati as well, try scorer in the match against Science College. So those are the guys who will be looking to run Wesley, to run Darmaraja out wide rather, and try and make sure that they stretch that Darmaraja defense. They've got a few big forwards, so hopefully they will be able to tire out Darmaraja. That's what they're hoping. from their point of view, and hopefully for Darmaraja, they will be able to put that kicking game to good use and keep those Wesley back three pinned in their own territory. So these are the boys who are looking to battle for the next 80 minutes or so. It's going to be a cracking encounter. Wesley have nothing to lose. They're the underdogs, and Darmaraja have everything to lose. Also, be something that tells all the faces of these players. Let's see how it turns out. It's going to be a
පසුගිය තරගාවලිය පුරාවටම විශේෂයෙන්ම මේ කණ්ඩායම් දෙකම පසුගිය වසරේ B කාණ්ඩයෙන් තරග වැඩි ඒ කාණ්ඩයට උසස් වීම ලබා මේ ආගමන පිළිබඳව ඉතාම සතුටු වන්නට පුළුවන්. තරග ආරම්භයත් සමග ඔබ වෙතින්නේ CSN ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ප්‍රමුඛතම ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාවේ සජීවී දර්ශනයි අපි මේ ඔබ වෙත කෙරෙන්නේ කොළඹ රාජකීය විද්‍යාලය ක්‍රීඩාංගණයේ සිට.
Not a very smart kick-off there. Kicking it to their most dangerous player, Darmaraja's Madhusanka. Udangam, rather, he has been really outstanding at number 13. Wesley now will have it. His kick was fielded by Prasad Madhusanka, the full-back for Wesley. And immediately doing what they promised they would, running out wide and testing the Darmaraja defense. So it's the first line out of the game. Assistant referee Preeti Kumara puts his flag up, and the ball will be with Rahul De Silva's side for this first possession. One nicely by the Wesleyites in the front. Number two. Seagulls off the back. Takes on Pilapati at the scrum half. That's great counter-rucking by Darmaraja. Questions as to whether they came in from the side or not, but doesn't matter. The referee says play on. Good work. This is Rochana Hettiarachchi at first receiver. This is the big man, Udangamu. Strikes off the first defender and puts it away to his winger. That was, and this is Tiruna Vijay Singh going in for the first score of the game. Darmaraja College scoring, opening the scoring in the second minute of the match. An outstanding try. Came from the steal in the line-out. Wesley got roughed off their own ball. Udangamu made the break, gave it to Vimala Surya, who again made good ground and passed the ball inside to Tiruna Vijay Singh, who was supporting beautifully. That's Tiruna running in for one of the many tries he has scored this season. He has been an outstanding player for Darmaraja and starts off proceedings with a bang.
විශේෂයෙන්ම තමන්ගේ ආධිපත්‍යය තමන්ගේ ප්‍රබලත්වය තමන්ගේ පළමු විනිශ්චයේදී ප්‍රදර්ශනය කිරීමට ධර්මරාජ විද්‍යාල කණ්ඩායම සමත් වෙනවා. තිල විදේශික ලබාගත් මේ උත්සාහක දිනමත් සමගින් ක්ලිෆර්ඩ් අප සමග එකතු වෙනවා. සජීවී ක්ලිෆර්ඩ්.
Thanks, Nishank. A very good afternoon to all the viewers. Good afternoon, Shanika.
Good afternoon, Clifford. Good to see you. And it's been a run for you from office around to the ground and back into the commentary position. Got to get your breath back.
More or less like another rugger, right? You know?
Absolutely, you're huffing and puffing, and Darmaraja don't seem to have broken a sweat though.
Well, that was quite an easy try. It's actually a good start, and they will have the psychological advantage. But anyway, I was talking to quite a few players at Wesley side, so they were quite prepared because they know definitely it's a knockout game, and they have to go flat out. So 100% they're going to go out today.
Definitely, they know that they have absolutely nothing to lose here in this game, but that would have settled Darmaraja's nerves and give them a little bit of a platform as Rojan Hettiarachchi puts it high up in the air and Seagats gets under it. Stolen once again. No, referee says it's a penalty. Number 4. You were in front of the kicker, he says, and Rahul De Silva points to the place where the ball was kicked from, and he go back for the scrum. So that was Vijay Koon. Hasan Vijay Koon, who gave away the penalty there by being in front of the kicker. Anxious crowd look on from Darmaraja. They know they've scored, but they don't want Wesley to hit back immediately. Of the attacking position for Seagats at the back of this scrum. He played at prop for most of the league season, but he's back and expecting channel 1 ball, binding between the flank and the number 8, flank and the second row rather. So my bet is him going off the back, Clifford. Let's see what happens.
coming into this game with different tactics. Because they've been the league champs, so everybody's been observing them quite closely. So they wanted to make some tactical changes.
So wheel around a little bit. The referee says a penalty for deliberate wheel. This is Seagate. He picks it up and Wesley going to go over. Wesley rolls out the ball. Stick that hitting back immediately. It was a penalty and this moved to move over. It's back to number 8, paying dividends. He was dropping the loose ball. And picking it up and dodged over. And Darmaraja boys just relaxing. Nothing. Here we go. That's after he's taken the quick tap. Tirunavijay Vijayasinghe doesn't have enough. And there he gets it down. There's no knock on there. It was well within his control. And hitting back very smartly out of Wesley Lads. This game isn't over by a long shot, Clifford.
Well, that was a quick response and a classy response as well. Good stuff by the Wesleyites.
Wesleyite supporters having a smile back on their face. I think they thought it was going to be a long afternoon when Darmaraja scored immediately almost off the kickoff with the first possession of the game. And now it's 5-all with Rahul De Silva to try and put his team into the lead. Left foot of De Silva letting him down once again. He hasn't had great form with his boots all season, and that's something that will really upset him because it was an easy kick, much easier than Tirunavijay Vijayasinghe had earlier, and a 2-point cushion would have done them wonders for their confidence. Seagat's a try scorer. I think he was moved back into prop by Clarence Henry because he was not fit enough, not doing enough of the work around the park. But now that he's moved back, he's showing that he wants that number 8 position for his own. As Darmaraja restart after Wesley's score to equal things up. Now again, playing it in the air, but the Darmaraja players accused of going straight over the top of that. Referees being very strict on not sealing off the ball by the arriving players of the attacking team, and that's good to be strict on. Players must stay on their feet when they arrive at the tackle.
So tough, they were very strict and consistent as well. So hopefully they will carry forward to this game as well.
Madhushanka putting that ball into touch, and Wesley will want to do better from the line-out than they did last time. They won the line-out, but then conceded the ball in the next run. Nicely won there. This is a big man in the centres. That was Hiranidasa. This is Jurampati. Puts it into the dead ball area, probably not a very clever kick. They're looking to draw them wide, that's what Rahul said at the start of the game, but once they draw them wide, they've got to bring them back and make sure that they're stretched on either flank, not just one flank, and put the ball into touch. You can't lose the ball against this good Darmaraja side, so not a very well-judged kick there by Jurampati.
Well, I guess the intention was good. Scoring Darmaraja 3 quarters. The defense is quite good. Outstanding, I would say.
There's some pressure on the Wesley scrum. Ranadhira and Buddhi Chandi, who are in the prop positions, will need to make sure that they keep this ball stable for Rahul De Silva to have some platform. But it goes Darmaraja's way once again, and Rochana Hettiarachchi puts his boot to it. Now he's a dangerous one. This is Mario Wanse.
A good defensive move. Actually, they got out of trouble. Darmaraja, and they charged the ball very well. It was a good bit of play there. Got out of trouble, played about 25 yards. Good stuff.
Yes, Raj Karuna needed to do better. That was, that wasn't Arya Wanse who fielded that ball. This is Rochana Hettiarachchi, the captain for Darmaraja, who has been an outstanding player this season. Well stolen by Hamidon at the front of the line-out. This is Rahul De Silva having a go himself. Good work there. Once again, Rahul De Silva, the second player, is one of the playmakers of this Wesley team. Coming, stepping. But unfortunately he passes the ball to not his own teammate. Viraj Veerasekara there, picking up the ball from Lahiru Madhushankar. That was terrible work, unfortunately. Sidhum Peris made the break, needed to hold on to the ball. Wesley need to be patient. If they're going to test these boys out wide, they need to make sure that they set up the breakdown and come back again strongly in waves. But Darmaraja one-on-one will have much more power and pace than any of these boys. Line out to Darmaraja. So to Wesley. Well again takes it at the back. Distinctive in that powerful spot.
Ball ball!
This is a maul and Darmaraja will have to get this out if they're not to lose the ball. You can see they've got it.
Finish! Stop it!
Weerakum there to bring it on the blind side. Rojana Hettiarachi going out, want to have a run now. Gets the ball away to Purana Vijay Singh, his good buddy. But the ball goes over the dead ball line and it's touched down by Madhushankar.
Well, he did it very coolly and calmly because he was under pressure. So I would say for his caliber, he did it quite well. Look at that, look at the replay.
That's a great pass by Udangamua. Just a flick of the wrist, that's the way you want to see him pass. Bang, that was a good hit by Madhushankar and Purana Vijay Singh there. It was a little late, but no intent there. And despite the follow-up tackle, it was nicely touched down, as you say, very calmly by Ishara Madhushankar. That ball is over the line, but it's held up, not grounded, so they'll come back for the scrum. And Wesley immediately under pressure once again. All comes from not being able to win your line-out ball, and that's what happened when Navalagay stole it in the last line-out. Wesley will need to make sure that they drive this scrum and don't give a platform for this number 8 to break off, because it's almost a certain try if he does.
Shanika, looking at the way how Darmaraja normally plays, well, today they are not attacking that much. They're just watching what Wesley is doing probably. But however, whatever the chances they get, and they're making use of it.
Udangamua going into the number 8 position. That's a strange tactic. So let's see whether he's obviously going to take the ball off that. But great scrum by the Wesleyites. An outstanding scrum by the front row. Ranadira Madhuanta and Buddhi Chandi doing a superb job there. This is the sort of pressure you need to put in defending scrums. And Darmaraja have obviously put Udangamua in there because they'll want him to go on his own on the blind side. But if he doesn't get the ball, then that's how they stifle it. There he goes now. This time it's a better scrum. Sidhum Peris makes a good tackle on Udangamua. Stops him just on the gain line. Pilapitia looking for his captain.
That was a missed opportunity. They had the chance, they had the line. It was quite deep, wide, but there were a couple of missed passes. That's poor play. A great opportunity missed by Darmaraja. Wesley didn't do much. They were just chasing the ball and the players.
Been a substitution for Darmaraja. We had Pilapitia go off, and he has been replaced by Huriyagolla. That's him right now, the little lad under pressure, and Sidhum Peris comes away with it, but the whistle had gone. One of the key players. I'd be surprised if I didn't see him in the under-20 squad at least, if not in the final team. Sidhum Peris has had an outstanding league tournament so far, and looking to cap it off with a good performance here in the semi-final of the President's Trophy knockout, sponsored of course by Milo, as it has been for many years. Live on CSN from the Royal College Sports Complex. Uriagal to Weerakum.
Bang, good tackle, but clean one.
It's a one-man wrecking machine. Udangamua bounces people off him. Referee Ushad Kada with a long explanation there as to why he was giving the penalty. And Udangamua will be upset with that because he made a great run. almost took it to the line and then conceded the penalty. His teammates conceded the penalty, so he would be upset. As Ishara Madhushan rather waits for the clearance to give his team a little bit of breathing space.
Wesley somewhat managed to get out of trouble for the third time in the last 6 minutes.
I've just been told by our good friend from Darmaraja in the commentary box helping us out here that Guoneka Udangamua, he's also known as Bulldozer to his friends Clifford, and you can see why. Tiruna Vijay Singh always with a smile on his face. Good way to play rugby. They really enjoy this Darmaraja team. They enjoy winning. Why wouldn't you? Piris takes it in the middle. Look to set up the maul now. And Darmaraja counter it well. Rahul De Silva goes to his left boot for the box kick. Fielded nicely. This is Vijay Singh. He looked to run. He doesn't like to kick this boy. But he's taken down nicely by Raja Karma there. But there's space now on the outside. But Sukun Piris gets across to make the tackle. It's good work from the loose forward. And Ranabira is unfortunately caught. Despite all the good work by his friends for using hands in the ruck there. So a good passage of play there from the Wesleyites. Put the kick under some pressure. It's a good chase, a structured chase. And a kick, Clifford, is just as good as your chasers make it. Sometimes you can make an ordinary kick look very good, and a good kick look pretty awful when all you're doing is jogging behind it lamely. So Rojana Hettiarachchi finds touch, and Sigurds tries to calm his troops and make sure that they respond.
It's a big tie between these two teams. And also tomorrow's game is coming up. Peters versus Trinity College. That's also a brilliant tie. So it's going to be some exciting rugby here.
All live on CSN, a complete rugby extravaganza. We brought you the 2 days of the Carlton Sevens, the domestic leg live from the Pithiviers. And now these 2 games on consecutive days, and of course a final which will bring you Rahul.
We were watching the Carlton Sevens and we were watching the schools game today, but there's no, I mean the quality is the same, Shanika. It's been brilliant for schools rugby. The level of intensity and the level of skills. Looking at that, I'm really happy about that.
Well, I would argue and say that the quality has come down a little this year. Darmaraja, I think, have been outstanding. Trinity College also have been very good. St. Thomas's College in the B division also have played some good all-round rugby, but the rest of the teams have disappointed me. Clifford, they have been good in some patches, but most, on average, have been worse than they have been in other seasons. Although it has been competitive, it has not been a really high-standard season so far, but it can only get better.
Hope so.
Rahul De Silva once again getting into a bit of a tangle with Sigurds. This is Tilakaratne. Drops it. Does
Good stuff.
Madhushan. Sorry, that is Tilakaratne who lost one.
A little bit of messy play over there, but someone Wesley managed to get us to run. So I guess it's not forward. For the last 2 to 3 minutes, Wesley's been playing inside the Darmaraja territory. So with this scrum, I'm sure they'll be able to, they should be capitalizing on this pressure that they're putting on Darmaraja.
Darmaraja seem to be using just the one ploy, and that's give it to Udangamua. And Wesley, even with a smaller team, will be able to counter that strategy, I believe. This is Ishara Madhushan gets a good pass away to Jurampati. Jurampati to Arya once it comes inside and does well, but great stolen by Rojana Hettiarachchi, but he was bundled into touch. That's great work from the Wesley College now. So they have the line out just inside the 22, a good attacking opportunity. Rojana Hettiarachchi got across nicely to the cover defense and did the right thing, but he just didn't have enough players in support of him.
Well, this is what I've been talking about, Shanaka, because they are in the Darmaraja territory, and for the last 3 to 4 minutes they've been putting a lot of pressure on them, and they're continuing to do that. With this line out, the way they've been pressurizing the Rajans, I'm sure they'll be able to score from this.
Quick ball at the line out from Rahul De Silva. He doesn't want to set it, but it's a crooked throw. And the referee says scrum. That's a choice made. Once again, there was no contest in that line out. So it's silly to concede a crooked throw.
Unforced errors.
Yeah, a lot of referees don't call the crooked throw if there's no contest, Clifford, but referee Ishad Carter being very strict within the 22, and that's completely acceptable. So often when there is a contested line out, that's when the crooked throw comes into play, because it gives the throwing in team an undue advantage. Wesley fans very happy with the scoreboard at the moment. Rahul De Silva won't be, as the Wesley pack concede a penalty, driving straight down, says referee Rishad Kada, and that penalty will go against Purti Chandi. They did some good work on their own 5-meter line. They've got to continue it all over the park if they are to make any difference, because one area that they can make inroads into this Darmaraja offensive weapon is to try and somehow disrupt the set piece, not give them as good a platform as they want.
We're looking at the way Rajans are playing, but they're not deploying any strategy. They're just playing without any poise. But I don't know, probably like in the second half, they may come in very strongly.
Madhushankar being very upset there. Madhushankar very upset with himself for taking that kick a little bit too strong. He's got a bit of a breeze to contend with, and unfortunately for him, that dribbled over the dead ball line, which means it comes back to a scrum from where he kicked it. Almost a dead cert to be the fly half for the Sri Lanka under 20 team when it's finally selected. We'll have some competition, of course, by Devin Jayasinghe. He can also play a fullback. Good selection headache for the selectors to have. Terence Henry, the head coach, Sri Lanka prop forward. Captain of the Navies, taking a sip of water, calming himself down. Since the opening 5 minutes, Clifford, the game has been very even. Wesley have played a good tactical game, although their final ball, their final pass, and the final bit of execution has not been great, and that's been their story all season. Some anxious mothers and sisters looking on. Still Vijay Singh lines is up.
Showing the fairly it's a considerable distance.
No problem for him, though. He is one of the best place kickers in this entire season so far, but he hooks it a little bit to the left. As you can see, Clifford, that ball was still travelling when it passed the upright, so no problem with distance at all. Wesley fans can breathe a sigh of relief. Rahul De Silva.
23 minutes gone. 5 hours to score. You're watching Milo President's Trophy 2013 Championships. This is the semi-final between Wesley College and Darmaraja College. Darmaraja coming into this game as favourites.
Speaking to Rochana before the toss, he said he's got a wristband that says, "I love my team." With the number 15 inscribed on the wristband of the man who just did that rank pin, and Vijay Singh behind Jayasinghe. This is going to be Telegraph actually. Now the Telegraph. Now the Madhushankar, the fullback, going all the way for that try. It was an absolute rush of luck to the head from Jayasinghe, who cut that ball back into the field of play. There it is.
Must be cursing himself.
Madhushankar pouncing on it, and after the mistake he made to give away that penalty, he will be over the moon at being able to go down and dot that ball down under the posts. The 2-point conversion should be a formality for De Silva, but the Wesley crowd absolutely ecstatic. So now into the lead go Wesley, and this will cause a little bit of a panic among the Darmaraja supporters, although the team, I'm sure, will know that they can come back very strongly.
Well, they have gone through this Darmaraja before, and they have had strong comebacks as well. So I'm sure they are confident. So just to try and change their game plan.
No, they will be very mature about this. I'm sure a team that has played together so long. We were talking before the kickoff that they have been under 14, 16 and 18 champions. Trying to hide the smile, the Wesley fans. They know that it's not over. There's one more hour to go in this game. And they're happy that they're in the lead. They're not going to panic the 15 on the field, that's for sure. They'll know that it's just a try away, and they've got enough weapons to get those tries. That's good work by Josh Emmett, claiming the kickoff, but there was a knock-on. And it's Wesley ball, so that's important from the restart, that Wesley get the ball and try and consolidate. Teams are very vulnerable usually after they kick off, after they've scored. So let's see if the Wesleyites can consolidate on this lead that they have managed to eke out for themselves thanks to Gihan Jayasinghe's mistake. Seagats goes off the back. Almost evades the first tackle.
Play on.
Tackle of Kirina Sampat. Says the referee.
It'd be good if we can have the shot of the referee as soon as the whistle goes up. I know exactly what he's saying.
Second field is packing down on the blind side, so we might be able to see another burst from Seagats going off the bat, but no, it goes open side to Tilakaratne.
Repeat.
Got the playing of first receiver, Rahul De Silva. A nice angle there for Joel Pereira. De Silva clears it quickly once again. This is a nice ball around Madhushankar. Udangamur grabs him and almost bundles him like a washing machine into touch. No chance. Allowed Madhushankar against a much bigger net, Bhuvanekar.
Why do you think they call him the bulldozer then?
Well, that's exactly why. Picked up Madhushankar like he was just a clod of earth and shoved him into the touchline. And here Piquet will try to win the line out for his team. Make sure that he throws it in nice and straight. It's a defending line out, and the contest at the front, Hamidon and Sitam Pires. Almost stolen there at the front by Hamidon, and good pressure on Rojana Hettiarachchi by the Wesley players. But he's a very calm, cool customer. Manages to put it into touch. That's Joel Pereira, the open side flanker. Kevin Seagats. Another one to the throw in. Taken by Hamidon at the front. They look to roll this ball now. Ball that Royal have used to such good effect. You've probably seen it. And Seagats comes away maybe a little too soon. He isolates himself and drops the ball. That was Hiriya Golla. Now Dirina Vijay Singh. And this is where Darmaraja are dangerous. Wonderful counter-attacking team. Rojana Hettiarachchi chooses a safe option and puts it into touch. That's good thinking from Rochana. He knows that this match is going to go down to the wire. So he doesn't want to take too many risks, especially not in his 22. It's a thinking player. And the Wesleyites very much in the ascendancy in this last 10 minutes of play, Clifford.
But they have the psychological advantage because they're leading at the moment. But all what they have to do is keep their momentum and go forward. But they're holding on quite nicely, but they're not comfortable.
That throw is not great once again, but Wanda will have to do better as we see Udangam with the danger man. This is the bulldozer. Can't bulldoze two men there that time. Great offload, but doesn't find the man. This Hettiarachi will calm things down once again. That's great running once again from Pino Ujasana. Always pops up in support, and that's such a good shot for a fullback. Seagats goes in to make a nuisance of himself in that scrum. And there's a knock on, that's a good hit on the ball carrier by Rahul De Silva. Into the scrum, and Dushanka puts the chip ahead. Trying to put pressure on his opposite number, which he does. Tiruna Vijayasinghe under pressure for the first time in the season, really. And that's over. That was Darmaraja profiting from that mistake that Tiruna Vijayasinghe made. And the Wesley crowd go wild. This match.
Shani, it's completely amazing the way these guys were attacking. Every moment, every time they get an opportunity, they just really attack. But on the other hand, Darmaraja, they look like a dejected set of players. Look at them. Well, look at that mistake. Look at that mistake.
That was Madhushanka putting Tiruna Vijayasinghe under enormous pressure, and he managed to hold off the tackle. Managed to hold off the tackle of the Pradeep Bandara. Good work by Nama Rajakaruna there. Very strong, stayed on his feet and got over for the try. Now Hettiarachi will be a little concerned. We need to know that he needs to score before half time. He won't want to concede too much of a lead. But if you remember the league game between these two sides, it was a similar encounter where we had Darmaraja going to the lead and then Wesley coming back really strongly. So I think we might have a reverse of that.
Well, for me, I think Wesley have done their homework. On the other hand, Darmaraja, they were confident they are coming into this game as the league champs. So probably like a slightly bit overconfident. Good and hand kick. For a moment, the ball fell backside. The hand player. 19 points to 5. Wesley leading. Shanika, is it okay if we call this a comfortable lead?
Well, it's only 2 scores, and this Darmaraja's team can easily make those 2 scores up. Just a couple of runs, a few seconds of error on the part of Wesley, or a few seconds of brilliance on the part of Darmaraja can easily turn this game around, the Clifford, and just 1 score is enough to put the pressure back onto the Wesley team. Beautiful. Off the back of this one. This is probably where Darmaraja should need to improve a little bit, that set piece. Very well done. This is Tiruna Vijayasinghe coming up from fullback and puts his left boot to the ball and manages a fine touch. He's 2-footed, Tiruna Vijayasinghe. Manages to use both feet, but he hasn't really been tested under the high ball because his forwards and his insides have been so good in front of him. He hasn't really been put under tremendous pressure. So this is something that Royal couldn't exploit in their last league game. But the fullback does do a lot of attacking, which means that there are spaces sometimes available, which Wesley have nicely exploited through Lahiru Madhushanka and Rahul De Silva.
Not a clean one, but ball secured.
Wesley
Very tough.
need to control this one. And Madhushankar doesn't find touch. It's a good chase by the Wesleyite, but they need to make those tackles if they're to count. That's a nice hit. Sundaruan Adhikari.
Good tackle there.
It brings him down. They know that they have to go low on the big man. And the ball beats everyone into touch. So the Wesley outside backs, although they are much smaller compared to the Darmaraja backs, are looking like they are up for this game, and they're putting their hits in. Their defensive work has been excellent so far, especially the small man Jurampati on the big guy.
Sanaka, so far, what do you think? What is the factor that differentiating both these teams?
Well, I think the set piece is doing a little bit, making a little bit of a difference. Wesley have been pretty decent in the lineouts, and Rahul De Silva's distribution has been outstanding. I think Pilapitia going off for Irigola has made a little bit of a difference for Darmaraja. And they need to be a little bit more structured. They're relying on mistakes of the Wesley as to score. I think they need to create something for themselves, and something other than just giving it to Buanaka Udangam. Trying to wrestle the ball off the Darmaraja attacker. Not a good pass from Irigola. Udangam steps back inside, shoves off one defender. There he goes, a bulldozer. Two men bring him down, he's on his knees, but he gets up and goes again.
Release again! No hand! No hand!
Good pick and go work from Darmaraja. Shankar Universal in the side for Madhushankar, the injured centre.
No player.
But Wesley do well there by counter-rucking, but again stolen by Darmaraja. And unfortunately for the Rajans, the risk had already gone when Abhay got that ball.
Cool! Api game again.
Ruled down. The coach, that's not the head coach. He's saying it's our game, and it needs to be, because they want to win the double here. And Wesley so far have surprised his team, but there's a lot more action in this game. And Vijay Thanwa is not having a great game. Misread that kick completely. It bounced well inside the field of play. He should have taken it on the full. But like I said, Clifford, he hasn't been tested because his team in front of him has been so good. He hasn't really been tested under the high ball, and his defensive capabilities as a fullback have been found wanting in this game. Replaced by MYS Pereira, Johan Pereira in the number 12 jersey. And Jai Singh, who made that mistake from Madhushankar's try, has also been replaced, maybe as a punishment. It's over for the prize, you know. The referee says you were tackled and you got up, which is what I thought happened at the other end of the field as well, but he's caught it there correctly. Christian. Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible from Udangamo. That is a red card offence, I'm sorry. Don't care what the boy did, but he kicked him. And that is a red card offence. I won't be surprised if he gets a red card. He'll get at least a yellow for this. Nama Rajakaruna, you can see the replay of that incident. It was an absolute shocker. There is no excuse for whatever Nama Rajakaruna may have done. There is no excuse for that.
Well, they had a good season, they had a good run. Yes, obviously they are losing at the moment, but this is not the way to respond.
No, not at all. Udangamo, one of their star players. has been the standout player of the season for them alongside Hettiarachchi and Vijay Singh. Dimitri Gunasekara, the referee.
Yes, Lady, you're right. Send him off. I agree with you.
Send him out, he says. You can see the referee is confirming now. Preeti Kumara and Dimitri Gunasekara giving referee Ushad Carter their advice on what happened. Preeti has seen something from the other side as well. Getting some ice to his head. Darmaraja who pushed the kick. Coaches. Actually, who was at the receiving end of that. All he did was try to push the big bulldozer away, and he reacted in a manner that is completely unacceptable. I'm surprised it wasn't a red card for that kick.
Maybe because the school children, the referee's taking a bit easy. On the other hand,
school children, he should be even stricter.
On the other hand, Wesley is driving forward. Good stuff.
That's definitely not the way to react to. And that's a try. No, it's not. It's knocked on. Hamidul. He's been so good in the lineouts. Sorry, son, you're a great player, but you can't react the way you did. You're not going to do your team any favors. Certainly not in an international game. If you react like that, you're going to get sent off.
Get suspended as well.
Absolutely. Interested to see whether there's a citing commissioner for this match and whether they will take any action on that. Completely understand Bhuvani Kudakama getting annoyed and pushing Ishan Madhushankar. It's one of the Wesley fans having a lovely time. She got her wish. She was sent out, but not off. Wesley, if they want to win this game, will need to start their second half strongly now with Udangamo on. It has rendered this Darmaraja pack a little bit more vulnerable. So let's wait and see how things happen here, because it's going to be a very interesting portion of this game.
All Wesley expects to do is capitalize on the situation. Sure, they have the confidence. Came into this game with 100% confidence.
Wesley already putting the pressure on, but a little too soon for the referee's liking, which is absolutely correct. Wesley front row have been good without being great. Ranabira on the tight head side. Yuti Chandi on the tight head side and Ranabira on the loose head. He says pushing straight up, that's against Randhira. And Rotan Hettiarachchi will be very grateful for that penalty. And that's half time. So it's 19 points to 5 with Udangamo in the bin. Wesley have it all to play for in the second half. They've got nothing to lose, like we were talking about earlier on in the game. Rotan Hettiarachchi is frustrated. The Wesley fans are elated. Now we're seeing an upset in the making here live on CSN. We're at the semi-final, the first semi-final of the President's Trophy knockout. Ishan Milner, Sunrise and half.
ශානක ධර්මරාජ විද්‍යාලය සහ වෙස්ලි විද්‍යාලය මයිලෝ ජනාධිපති කුසලාන අවසන් පූර්ව වටේ ප්‍රථම තරගයයි ප්‍රථම භාගයේ නිමාවට පත්වන විට වෙස්ලි විද්‍යාලය බලාපොරොත්තු වූ ආකාරයෙන් ධර්මරාජ විදුහල අභිවා ලකුණු 19.5ක ලකුණු සංඛ්‍යාවක් ලබාගෙන තරගයේ ප්‍රථම භාගයේ නිමාවට පත්වන විට ඉදිරියෙන් සිටීමට සමත් තිබෙනවා. ධර්මරාජ විදුහල කණ්ඩායම මේ තරගයට ප්‍රවිෂ්ඨ වුණේ ජයග්‍රහණය බලාපොරොත්තුෙන් මොකද අපරාජිත කණ්ඩායමක් ලෙසයි ඔවුන් මේ තරගයට අවතීර්ණ වුණේ. වෙස්ලි විද්‍යාල කණ්ඩායම පසුගිය පාසල් තරග වාරයේදී සිවුන ස්ථානයේදී අවසන් කළේ තරග වාරය. නමුත් ධර්මරාජ විද්‍යාල කණ්ඩායම ඒ කොටසේ ශූරයන් ලෙසයි තරගයට අවතීර්ණ වුණේ. නමුත් ඒ ප්‍රදර්ශනය කර තිලන ජයසිංහ තමන්ගේ කණ්ඩායමේ ප්‍රබලත්වය තරගයේ ප්‍රථම මිනිත්තුවේදී නමුත් වෙස්ලි විද්‍යාලයේ කැවින් සීගස් ලබාගත් මේ උත්සාහ දිනවත් ප්‍රවර්තනයත් සමගින් ඔවුන් ඉදිරියට පැමිණියා. ගියන් ජයසිංහගේ මේ අතපසුවීම ප්‍රයෝජනයට ගත් ලහිරු මදුසංක වෙස්ලි විද්‍යාල වෙනුවෙන් තවත් අගනා උත්සාහ දිනුවක් වාර්තා කළා. ඒ ප්‍රවර්තනය රාහුල් මෙසේ ලකුණු දෙකක් බවට පරිවර්තනය කරමින් තම කණ්ඩායමට තවත් ඉදිරියක් ලබා දුන්නා. නාමල් රාජකරුණායි ක්‍රියාත්මක වුණේ ඉන් අනතුරුව වෙස්ලි විද්‍යාලය වෙනුවෙන් මේ ඔහු ලබාගත් අනගි උත්සාහ දිනුවත් සමගින් ලකුණු 19.5ක් ලෙස කණ්ඩායම් දෙකේ ලකුණු තත්ත්වය තරගයේ ප්‍රථම භාගයේ නිමාවට පත්වීමට සටහන් වුණා. වෙස්ලි විද්‍යාල කණ්ඩායම මේ වන විට කවුරුත් බලාපොරොත්තු නොවූ ආකාරයේ ප්‍රබලත්වයක් මේ තරගය තුල අත්කර තිබීම ශානක අපි කලින් සඳහන් කර ආකාරයටම ධර්මරාජ විද්‍යාලය අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම මේ තරගයට පිවිසුනේ යම් කිසි ආකාරයක පීඩනයක් සහිතවයි. ඒ කියන්නේ ඔවුන් අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම මේ තරගයේ ජයග්‍රහණය බලාපොරොත්තු වුණා. ඒ කොටසේ ශූරයන් ලෙස වසර 43කට පසු තමන්ගේ කණ්ඩායම ලබාගත් අභිමානය ලබා ගන්නට හැකියාව තිබෙනවා කියා. ශානක
Absolutely right, Hishan, and that pressure is telling on Darmaraja. It's a pressure that they couldn't really handle because Tiruna Vijay Singh made some uncharacteristic mistakes, and you could see that they wanted to make sure that they won this handsomely. But we'll bring you more of that action as soon as we come back after this commercial break.
ඉන්සියාරයට දෙන්නද මං? හරි හරි ගන්න එනවා.
back to the Royal College Sports Complex for this second half of the first semi-final between Wesley and Darmaraja in the President's Trophy knockout. It's been an outstanding game in the first 40 minutes. We've seen a surprise lead by Wesley against Darmaraja College, who have looked down and out 19 points to 5. Ishan?
අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම කවුරුත් බලාපොරොත්තු නොවූ ප්‍රතිඵලයක් තමයි වෙස්ලි කණ්ඩායම මේ වන විට ලබා දී තිබෙන්නේ. තමන්ගේ පාසල වෙනුවෙන් සියලු යුතුකම් ඉෂ්ට කර තිබෙනවා මේ කණ්ඩායම. වෙස්ලි විද්‍යාලය මේ තරගයට ප්‍රවිෂ්ඨවද්දී අපි කලින් සඳහන් කළ ආකාරයට ඔවුන් ප්‍රබල අභියෝගයකටපත් වුණා. අර්ධ අවසන් පුර වටේදී විද්‍යාල කණ්ඩායම පරාජයට පත් කරන්න ලකුණු 22යි 17ක් ලෙස එයින් ලබාගත් පණ්ඩරය මම හිතන්නේ ශානක මේ වන විට ඔවුන් ධර්මරාජ විද්‍යාලය දැඩි පීඩනයකට නතු කරන්න සමත් වී තිබෙනවා. ධර්මරාජ විද්‍යාලය නමුත් කිසිත් අවස්ථාක්ෂීරු කළ යුතු කණ්ඩායමක් නෙමෙයි. අපි බලමු කෙසේද කියා වෙස්ලි විද්‍යාලයේ මේ අභියෝගය ධර්මරාජ විද්‍යාලයේ නායකයා ඇතුළු කණ්ඩායම බාරගන්නේ කියා. ශානක?
Yes, I don't think Wesley are going to take it lightly in the second half, and Darmaraja are certainly not going to go away. This is an unbeaten champion side, and they've been in these situations, I'm sure, in all the years that they've been together. The only problem is that they are missing Puane Gaudangamwa, who yellow carded for a bit of a slap and a kick on Ishar Madhushan. And that was something that he was lucky probably not to see red for there. He is sitting on the bench, probably saying a quiet prayer that his team don't suffer too much because of his indiscretion. And we see Tirna Vijay Singh, one of the senior players on the side, telling his players exactly what they need to do to come back into this game. It's just 2 scores, Hishan, and it's definitely going to be the next person who scores first going to be in the ascendancy.
අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම තවත් මිනිත්තු 40ක පමණ කාලයක් ඉතුරු වී තිබෙනවා තරගයේ ප්‍රථම භාගයේ අනතුරු ආරම්භ වන දෙවන භාගයේදී. මම හිතන්නේ තිල්න ජයසිංහ කණ්ඩායමට උපදෙස් ලබා දුන්නා. තමන් විශේෂයෙන්ම ශානක අපි දැකපු දෙයක් තමයි වෙස්ලි කණ්ඩායම තමන්ගේ දුර්වලතාවන් ඉතාමත්ම අඩුවෙන් තමයි මේ තරගය තුළ ඉෂ්ට කරේ. නමුත් බලාපොරොත්තු නොවූ ආකාරයට අභියෝග හමු වූ ධර්මරාජ විද්‍යාල කණ්ඩායමේ ක්‍රීඩකයන් අතින් අතපසුවීම් රාශියක් සිදු වුණා. ඒ නොකරේ ප්‍රයෝජන ගන්නට සමත් වුණා. විශේෂයෙන්ම ගියාන් ජයසිංහ අතින් සිදු අතපසුවීම ඉතාමත්ම තීරණාත්මකක් වෙන පුළුවන්. ඔවුන් ලකුණු 7ක් ලෙස ඉදිරියට පැමිණි අනතුරුයි 12යි 5ක් ලෙස ලයිරු මදුෂාක ලබාගත් උත්සාහය දිනුමත් සමග.
Absolutely right, Hisham. There have been some costly mistakes. Jayasingha's and Tirna Vijay Singha's mistakes costing prize. And luckily for Wesley, they have not been making as many costly mistakes as that. And they have minimized their errors, as Hisham was saying. And that's something that's very important, to try and play error-free rugby. And despite the fact that they have been in front in many of the games that they have played this season, the Darmaraja lads now find themselves having to play some catch-up rugby. So let's wait and see what this second 40 minutes holds in store for us. It should be an absolute fantastic game, that's for sure, because Darmaraja are not going to go away lightly.
If you're just joining us, you're watching the President's Trophy, Milo President's Trophy 2013 Championship. This is the semi-final between Darmaraja College versus Darmaraja College versus Wesley College. Well, Wesley College leading 19 points to 5.
Just to get the second half underway. It's 40 more minutes between a finals place for Wesley and a finals place for Darmaraja as well. Ishar Madhushan gets it away nicely to Johan Pereira. So Wesley showing their intent right from the start, trying to run it out of their 22. Gurampati. One of the quicker men of the team. Very small these Wesley attack three, but they're very quick. Ball disrupted in the front by Hamza. They've been contesting nicely and making sure that the Darmaraja boys don't have good ball, but it's a penalty to them. Comes back and he's a strong runner, this captain. Looks for a first receiver. Tirna Vijay Singh looks for the drop goal. He's just out to the right. That's not a bad tactic from Vijay Singh because it would shorten the gap to 19 points to 8 and put them within 2 scores of a win. So good thinking, especially when they've got a player off.
I'm sure Shanak, the Wesley coach, would have told them to just carry on with the momentum. Just defend, take your chances. Don't try to do anything extraordinary, probably.
I don't think they'll want to change too much from what they were doing in the first half. The plan of going wide has worked, but they must make sure that they defend. Once again putting it high up into the air. Dropped backwards when Madhushanka comes away with it. Lahiru Madhushanka, the fullback, has already scored a try. The referee says there's a knock on and follow-up to Vijay Singh's kick. We want Puri. That is the Wesley scrum half. He's on the bench apparently, and he's not going to come on anytime soon because the captain is at scrum half.
That's the captain.
This is a tall lad for a scrum half. You can see Hamidon having a word with the opposing forwards. You can do that when you're in the lead, but you look a bit silly when you concede tries though. So Wesley will want to make sure they keep their focus on winning this game and not too much on banter with the opposition. Sigurds to De Silva. That's a great move. Madhushanka gives it away to Duranpati. That's Johan Pereira. Chasing back is still Vijay Singh. Madhushanka trips over his own feet. And Vijay Singh will give it back with interest. And fine touch. So that was good work once again. Good 8, 9, 15 move. Forming the overlap on the blind side. The good thinking rugby from the Wesley team. For the first time, I think they're making the right decisions. Wesley have been a team that could have been up there challenging for the championship, except for some pretty ordinary decision making by Rahul De Silva in particular. But today, I think things have changed around.
I think they ended up fourth in the table. Mistaken, they lost to Darmaraja, Trinity and St. Peters.
There's two knock-ons there. Joe Pereira spilling the ball. It was a great pass out by Rahul De Silva. That pass made at least 25 meters. And it's great when you can have a scrum half who is so good at spinning the ball out.
19-5, Wesley leading, a healthy lead. It's a semi-final, first semi-final of the Milo President's Trophy Championship.
Definite hinging there by Woodley. That's a penalty. The referee might be looking for his card. Captain, he says. And that's the second offence, he says, for Woodley. So you'll have to be very careful about hinging. All the time, it's not something you do purposely, but you must get your bind up. And hit properly. Rochana Hettiarachi looks to try and get some purchase from this team. Takes them into the 22. Gago is number 8. Gavin Sigurds. It's Joel Pereira. It's hard-working flank forward. Referee says not 5 meters, so it's a short tap. And that's a bad mistake in the 22 from Darmaraja. Little short kick for the winger. And it beats everyone into touch. Veerasekara chasing through with that kick, but unable to get to the ball before it bounced out of play.
Vijay Singh seems to be a player who can handle pressure well. He's very calm.
Throwing has been decent today, not outstanding, but decent. And that's another good throw from MC. Firis has been quiet this game so far, hasn't been required to do much. This is Ishara. Good run by him, he puts a kick in. He's got to chase it back. Confusion among the Darmaraja players as to who was going to take that, and Ishara comes away with it after his run. He puts players into space.
Good stuff by the Wesleyites.
Outstanding work by the Wesleyites, but still bad discipline at the breakdown. Not allowing the contest for the ball going off their feet there, and that's a good call by referee Rishad Carter. Just about not being too over-enthusiastic. They knew they had the Darmaraja lads under pressure. All they needed to do was be patient, but they went and conceded the penalty in their over-eagerness, and Darmaraja will be very happy about that.
If they had scored, that would have been a massive, massive mountain to climb for the Darajans.
Yes, indeed. 2 scores at 19-5 is still everything to play for. Darmaraja will not feel that it's completely beyond them at all. They're a side that can score tries out of nothing. And this boy, Ishara Madhushan, has been outstanding today.
What a decent throw.
De Silva leaves it behind, and that should be a penalty. Gavin Seegert's playing it in front of his scrum half who knocked the ball, but the referee says play on. That's a bad miss by referee Rishad Carter. That should have been a penalty to Darmaraja. This is Jurampati. Jurampati gives it to Johan Pereira. He goes into touch. We go back to that line out and be able to see what happened there. Definitely a penalty. That's a good pass there from Jurampati to Johan Pereira. Fairly high tackle on him, but referee says that's fine, no intent. I agree with him. Hamidon steals it at the front for Wesley. Devaratna to Ishara. Ishara steps and steps again.
Follow me!
Tackle not going away there. Coming on the wrong side did number 27. That was Adhikari, who's coming for Johan Jasin, who conceded that try. Wesley will probably take the kick here. Want to calm things down and get 2 scores ahead. More than 2 scores ahead.
It's very much of a kick for this Sean, I think. The way these guys are playing, they're full of confidence. So I'm sure they will take every opportunity. On the other hand, Rogers, well, it's not their best game today.
But it sometimes can be a little bit of a mental thing as well. You're playing a really hard season, you have 1 down a game, and it can be a knockout game. Maybe a little bit of overconfidence going into this match. Rahul De Silva trying to put his team ahead. That's good, so that's 22 points to 5. That's more than 2 goals to Wesley. The lead, so that will make them very happy. I think Darmaraja needs to come back very quickly once again. You're absolutely right about the homework, Clifford, because it seems that they have read this Rajans team. They know where the weaknesses are and they're exploiting it. And that's good support work. There's a lot of people involved in Wesley Rugby, just like there are a lot of people involved in every school, backroom staff, and it looks like they put their skills to good use here. Hamidon steals it at the front of the line-out. He's been great again.
Back-to-back four line-outs. Well, all 4 was stolen by Hamidon.
Yes, he's been excellent. Joel Pereira taking the ball up. Rahul snipes. Looks for Devaratna. Looking through his Gago Seagats. Another great run there by Ishara Madhushan. This is Shankar Bimala Surya, who goes back and puts in a bad kick. Everybody in front of him was offside though. Although there has been a knock forward, and the referee will come back for the knockout.
Roshan is talking about the homework of Wesley as well. We need to keep the Robins acting very fast. Didn't do much today. Just very much lost.
Yes, indeed, and we hear the cries of Wesley going up. He has been very quiet, but he only needs a spark for him to ignite the whole game.
Also, the Dosa couldn't dig deep today.
And that's a yellow card to Ramdiro. To Chandi actually. He was caught for hinging.
Decent kick. 22 points to 5.
That's a really harsh yellow card to concede. Ramdira has gone down 3 times now. The referee left with little option.
Well, this is the Milo President's Trophy semi-finals knockout tournament. And this game is between Darmaraja College and Wesley College. Watching everything live and exclusively on Carlton Sports Network.
Is back in the park for Darmaraja. After the rush of blood to the head, so all in centre for 10 minutes. Here we go. Hettiarachi. Adhikari. I believe. This is Udangamo, the danger man. Stopped in his tracks. There was a good tackle on him. But this is all the way for the try. This is Hiryagolla. Hiryagolla, a little scrum half. Just not doing enough. The Wesley defence. And conceding on the blind side. Hiryagolla. Watch it here. It's a good run by Udangamo, and there's nobody on the blind side. The Wesley defence absolutely went to sleep. And it was a good score by the replacement scrum half coming on for Pilapitia. And this will spark the Rajans back into life. Rajans fans looking anxious. They know that there's a long way to go yet. And they're happy that they've got a score on the board. It's just a few more, and Udangamo involved in that as well. 2 powerful runs for the big bulldozing centre 3/4. Missed him while he was off. But luckily for him, Wesley only managed 3 points in that time. Vijay Singh has kicked goes awry, so it's 22 points to 10. The Rajans have begun their comeback. Waiting for 10 minutes till he can come back on. Caught for hinging by referee Irshad. And he doesn't get his bind up. That's something that Terence Henry will have to work with him on. That's his special disposition as well, Henry's.
High and deep.
He gives it back. Also high and deep.
Mistake, and that's another big mistake.
Yes, that was knocked on by Adhikari. The referee has missed it. He says play on. He says the first knock on was by the Rajans. And that's back on. This is the lad who scored the try, Hiryagolla. Seems in a bit of a daze. Maybe knocked his head for scoring that try.
6 minutes gone, 22 to 10. Still Wesley leading.
Unicorn.
Now they've got some space. Udangama again.
Good tackle on him. Rojan Hetiarachi. It's dropped cold by the replacement. It's Piatissa who's come on the wing.
It's won by the Wesleyites. Sidhum Piris has moved to number 8. Gavin Seagat's going into the prop position, so they don't have to send a player off and bring a front row player on.
That's good versatility, utility from the Wesleyites. Good thinking once again. So like you said, Clifford, it has been a good thinking game, good strategic game by the Wesleyites so far. Instead of relying purely on the talent that the Rajans have been doing, they don't seem to have got a game plan purely for the Wesleyites alone, relying only on their strengths, which is also a good approach, but sometimes you need to be mindful of the opposition as well.
Very rightly said so.
Rahul De Silva calls for it. This is Madhushanka, the try scorer, who drops the ball. This is Buonaka Udangama. He pick it up, and this is going to be all the way for the try. No, it's not. Oh, that's another drop by the replacement. Piatissa dropped the ball once before. He's dropped it again, and this time with the try line staring him in the face. It was great work by the winger to recover that ball. There's Ishanka Vimalasurya. That's him there. He thinks he's got the pace to make it, but good cover by Rahul De Silva. He pops the ball in, and Ishanka Vimalasurya drops it with nobody in his line of sight, and Buonaka Udangama gives him a whack as well. Important scrum for Wesley. Sidhum Piris comes away at the back. Gets past 2 tackles. Udangama doesn't let him go though. Seagate is ready to come away with the ball. They're under pressure here, the Wesleyites in their own 22. But Rahul De Silva gives it away to Madhushanka, who puts a good boot to it and gets some space. So that was great work by the Wesleyites in defence, but really bad luck from Darmaraja boys. Vimalasurya threw the offload in, and unfortunately for the Rajans, Piatissa just couldn't hold it. It was a try for all money if he had it, and that would have really set the cat among the pigeons. 22 points to 17 it would have been.
Good clearance by the Wesleyites.
Darmaraja versus Wesley, the first semi-final of the President's Trophy knockout. Wesley, a surprise result in the making here with the favourite Darmaraja trailing Wesley after an hour and 5 minutes by 22 points to 10. Wesley now playing with 14 players. They need to make it count in defence, and Darmaraja will need to make it count in attack. That's a need to the ground players dealing with contact situations that players are just not producing there. Urigola, the try scorer, brought his team back into it. This is Tiruna Vijay Singh. He's not an elusive runner. Good tackle there by Madhushanka. Tiruna Vijay Singh gets up and goes again. Gavin Seagat forces the knock on. Everybody looked up, wondered what was happening, realized that there hadn't been a whistle blown. are just inches away. Trying to get a try for all money. They're big lads hammering away at this Wesley defense, and they're doing it well. Held up over the line, says the referee. No, it's been knocked on by the Wesleyites, so they'll come back for a scrum. And Darmaraja have an attacking scrum. Goes out, and they look for Udangamo to come back into the number 8 position, especially now with the regular number 8 Veerapan down injured.
Defense there. Wesley defending really hard, back to back. Every powerful move made by Darmaraja.
Yes, I thought it was excellent defense by the Wesleyites. There were some big men coming at them. Just about a couple of feet to make. And they did wonderfully well. Randira has come back. His nickname is Chandi. Let's see whether he can do some Chandi work in this scrum, because he'll need to. Wesley will be happy to have their compliments. Yes, it looked like he was in some pain, Veerapan. You can see the physio trying to pop it back into place. I've had that happen to me on both shoulders, Clifford. I can tell you what, it's painful.
I have experienced that too.
He pops back, I can tell you what, Veerapan will be back in action. You won't want to go off here. Already weakened by the injury for the shoulder there. Regular center, that combination had been so good for them. Only Udangamo and now he wants to come. Staying on. Great pass by Darmaraja lads. Last. Shoulder into contact. Good hit. That's a wonderful up and tackle from Madhuanta. Nice place on the outside for Darmaraja, but nicely wrapped up by Sivan Puri, so can do some great counter-defensive work. And that's great defense by Wesley. They flew up on Udangamo. They knew he was going to get the ball. And Madhuanta, who had been put in the line just for that purpose, made a great tackle, stood him up, and made sure he couldn't get the ball out or make a run.
Great maturity, I would say. Good bit of sensible play. Brilliant stuff by Wesleyites.
You can see Udangamo and Hettiarach, the two senior men, having a conference in midfield. That's Sivan Puri. Grabs the winger ball and all. Good work from him. Hilarious initials of Illes D. Pires. So they hasn't been taking any of that. Presence of mind there from Madhuanta, but they need to get this ball away. That was a good little step to get away from the pressure, but they should have cleared it. Now they're giving the ball back to Kilina Vijay Singh, the danger man. They've been a bit one-dimensional with this tactic. Wesley know who it's going to, and making sure that they get up to him before the ball does. They've been very disciplined in that approach. Adhikari tries to rumble it forward. Very well done. Looking for Rojana Hettiarach. Good tackle on him by Johan Pereira. This is a referee, that's Hurigolla. Runs the ball over the top to Vijay Singh, who has now come to the first receiver. The fullback trying to make it happen for his team. Hurigolla once again with no options. Huge tackle on Hurigolla. Surya. Terence Henry trying not to look excited.
Amazed by these lads, Wesley Ice. The way they're playing and the way they're putting the pressure on the Rajans. I guess it's irrelevant for them. The Rajans are league champs. They're just going all out on the Rajans.
Well, they know this is their final, Clifford, and that's what makes a difference. If they want it more, I think the Darmaraja lads probably had one eye on playing Trinity in the final and making amends for the 34-all draw that they had against them in the league, and trying to show that the world that they are the deserved champions. That Trinity would not have been better than them. This is the Wesleyites, quietly confident now with about 11 minutes left in this game. Gavin Seagats gets away from one. That's very well defense by the Rajans. Seagats with a shocking little boot to the ball.
Referee says carry on.
No, well, he completely missed the ball there. No idea what Gavin Seagats was thinking, and this is what I was talking about. For the Wesleyites, it's been a case of bad decisions. This is what happened all season to them. They've got into good positions and made them shocking errors. Gavin Seagats had broken right the way through. All he had to do was just take the player on, feeling that he was a much smaller player. Instead, he tries to kick the ball and chase it to the line. He was never going to win that race anyway. And that's the sort of silly decision that has cost them several points of tournament. So much fast going from Wesley. Liverpool comes away with it, suffering that shoulder injury. We'll be mindful of that now, and that's why he hasn't been able to wrestle this ball free. It's a maul, and the referee will probably have to blow this one up and say it's a strong Wesley ball. That's exactly what he does. Less than 10 minutes to go in this game, and at 22 points to 10, Wesley are looking good here. It's going to be a massive upset, and this boy on your screen right now has been a huge part of that. Hamidun has completely disrupted the line out for the Wesleyites, on behalf of the Wesleyites rather, against the Rajans, who have not given them good line out ball. Seagats goes off the back again. Trying to step the inside of the open side flanker. This is Madhushanka.
He's got support.
That's good ball retention from Wesley. Rahul De Silva not trying to do too much himself. Ishara Madhushan gives it back into Gavin Seagats. Now the ball is with Kudangamua. They can counter-attack from 80 meters easily, this Darmaraja side. If they score here, it's going to set up a frantic last few minutes, I can tell you that much. This is Madhushanka, who's managed to get back. He'll want to not do anything silly and just put this ball into touch, which is what he does. And yes, he stupidly ran it out of his 22. I had no idea. When you're leading 22-10.
Well, because he was slow to get to the ball first, Shankar.
He still had enough time, Clifford. He still had enough time to turn, have a cup of tea, and still put it into touch. But he chose to run it, and this is where he get carried away. And once again, Wesley are making the same sort of mistakes that they've been making all season. And if they make enough of them now, they could concede this game. Just like that Seagats mistake and that horrible decision there by Madhushanka. It looks like yes, they're taking too long with their throwing. That's another bad mistake by the Rajans now. Ball goes to ground, but there's no knock on. Rahul De Silva fires it out to Tilakaratne, but he drops it. And the Wesleyites now, because they didn't clear that ball under pressure, because Madhushanka tried to be a little too smart, have now put themselves under pressure.
Absolutely true. 22-10. Less than 7 minutes to go.
It's been a substitution. Zain Sabah is on for Buddhi Chandu on the Sluice side of the scrum. And it is paying dividends. Because they managed to read it, and it came on Sabah's side of the scrum. That's him in number 16. You can watch him doing some good work on the loose head side. These props work so hard, most often go unnoticed. but those are sort of small things that you can do for your team. You end up having a massive advantage because a scrum ball to them instead of a scrum ball to Darmaraja would make a massive difference. Sidham Piris takes the inside pass from his number 8. This is Haranya. The help. Penalty says the referee not releasing the ball. Taken quickly by Tirunavijay Singh, who is now getting involved in all the action. But Madhuvanka was not 10 meters. And he'll have to be careful not to get his team a yellow card the next time they do that. They've still got time, Rochana. So he looks for touch and goes to the right-hand side of the field, although the left-hand side of the field was far closer. I think they'll want to make sure that they run it left. Much more fluent going that way sometimes, three-quarter lines. Most players don't like to pass to the right. It's not their favourite side. But going to the left, I think that's why he managed to kick it out on that side.
Decision.
Wesley fans now with everything to lose. They know that this could be make or break time for them. Yes, that's the line out that has been really shabby for them. And if you ask me now what the difference between the two teams have been, it's definitely going to be the ball from the lineouts. Oh, that's a high tackle. That's a high tackle. That's going to be a yellow for the guy who's just come on.
Right in front of the referee.
Yes, that was Rishant Chalit wearing the number 30 jersey. And he has really caused his team some trouble because they'll have to play the rest of the game now without 15 players. That is atrocious play by Chalit. He's been put in there to try and make a difference. And the only thing he's done is concede a penalty and a yellow card to his team. Referees have carded quite correctly to a yellow card there. So that was a high tackle and rejection. Well, it seems that Tudangamu is not shy to use his fists, whether it's on his own teammates or his opposition. He got yellow carded for a bit of an altercation with Ishara Madhushan earlier in the game. Lucky not to see red for that.
And he's a marked man for the day.
Yes, he is, and they're going low on him. You can see it's something that they've discussed. They've marked him and decided how they're going to defend against him. That was good drifted defense. Number 19 did well there. That's Chamilka. Oh,
Stolen!
Great work. Great work by Sabah. Well, there's a penalty before that, so Rochana will rush back. With a great tackle on the ball carrier. This is right.
Second one.
Again with 2 tackles. Great work right from the centre. Lovely scything low tackles. Irina puts it up, but that's probably the wrong option. Mark says Lairu Madhushankar will be very happy to get that mark. Terence Henry and Amal, the coaches for Wesley. Carter warning Rahul De Silva, do not give your team offside. Madhushankar has been very good today. One badly judged kick and that was it. He scored a try and been tremendous under the high ball. Also some great attacking runs.
He got ball.
Is it a penalty?
Oh, yes, there is some confusion as to what this is right now. Rochana Hettiarachchi with about 6 or 7 minutes to go. He's opting for the 3 points. I thought he might have taken that instead of kicking to touch earlier. Trying to get back into the game, but it's 22 points in their team. Rochana Hettiarachchi that kick. It's a 9-point ball game now. One try and they can win it with a penalty kick, so that must have been the thinking. They've got to go back and score a try, which they had to do anyway.
Tiarachi on the bench for Darmaraja. Looking concerned. This is going to be a big upset if Wesley win this, but this is exactly why Wesley should really have done better in the league. They made much better decisions today. Unfortunately, that yellow card might cost them. But I'll tell you what, there's 3 or 4 minutes left plus injury time.
Well, now probably maximum 7 minutes.
Yes. And there is going to be no quarter asked or given by the Darmaraja team. They will come back flying from this kickoff, I'll tell you that. And they've kicked it to the most dangerous man on the park. That's not good thinking. They've held him up nicely. Joy Pereira has had a good game in the number 6 jersey for the Wesley lads. Almost dropping it is Tirunavijay Singh, who is now moving to the front a bit more, trying to take on a little bit more responsibility from his captain. Rahul Silva stepping, gets caught though. He want to go down. He goes on. Gavin Seager's coming with the ball. That was smart play by Rahul Silva because he knew the referee was on the other side. It was completely illegal, but he got away with it. Look forward, says the referee, and there's a scrum down.
22-13, Darmaraja still trailing. The league champions. Wesley on the other hand, getting their tactics right. Done their homework, they know who to mark, and they did all right.
Yes, our defense on Yuvanaka Udangama has been outstanding. I can't single out one player who has been better than the others for Wesley. They've all done their part today. The front row has been outstanding. Rojana Tiarachi. That's a dangerous ball in. Vilakaratna gives it to the new man. Oh, he's clear the ball. That's Chamika.
It's a nasty decision. Big mistake, I would say. Quickly taken penalty. Can he go all the way? He's got support.
Again, bad decisions. This is what I was talking about. The decision making, Clifford. That was crossing, I think. And the player obstructed him. And he obstructed the player rather. Few defenders out of the way. Frustrated by his teams and his own efforts. Darmaraja puts it into touch, goes to the 40-meter line. That's what Wesley should have done about 5 minutes ago, really. Without trying to run the ball. You're in the lead, why would you want to take risks? Darmaraja, we want to steal this line out. They know that it's now or never.
Just joining us from home, we are watching the Milo President's Trophy Championship with the semi-final between Darmaraja and Wesley. Exclusively on Carlton Sports Network. Well, that's a man, Shanika, who won almost every line out.
Shan Hamadun has got the ball back for his team. That's good work. Tackler's not going away there. But the referee says penalty to Darmaraja.
Not that. Stand down.
Not taking the ball up. Exactly is the play that it goes across this Royal College Sports Complex here in the first semi-final. The surprise finalists look like it's going to be Wesley. I don't think the Darmaraja lads have enough time to come back into this game.
The regular playing time is over. We have entered the injury time, so still Wesley leading 22-13.
Darmaraja have a last gasp go at this Wesley line. Tirunavijay Singh putting it into touch. Hamidon will be called upon one more time to try and steal this ball at the front of the line out. The Rajans line out has not been brilliant. Probably the weakest aspect of their game, although their ball runners have been fantastic.
But you can see what the other teams could have achieved playing Darmaraja if they had marked Udangamo with the same sort of passion and heart that these Wesleyites have thrown themselves at him. The bulldozer has made some important runs, but managed to really make it work as he usually does. Ishanka Unasuriya, great pass out there. Rojana Hettiarachchi. Sinna Vijayasana coming back into Udangamo. That's a big tackle on the opposite captain. That's Rahul De Silva who gets dragged up by the neck. And we might see a red for Udangamo here if it's a second yellow.
He should have been sent off earlier on the game, but he survived.
Might be a second yellow.
Can we have a look at the referee? What was the decision?
So a look at the watch by the two referees.
Has he been sent off?
Well, Rahul De Silva is okay. That's the first concern, of course. Has been bulldozed to death. Well, there's no further sanction on Udangamo. It's not a yellow, says referee Dimitri.
Survives again.
It wasn't very dangerous, to be fair to him. Just looked worse than it was because it was a reverse clothesline almost. There we see it. Got him by the neck and bang. He came down with him, which I guess is what saved him.
Move, this way, one fight.
Definitely. There's no doubt about that.
No, line up. Mark here.
13-22, Wesley leading, and we are into the injury time.
The last move.
Probably a couple more minutes to go, I guess.
Last move, said the referee. I think I heard that.
Release, run away. Go back.
And that's the end of the game. And we've seen a fantastic win here by Wesley against the favorites Darmaraja. 22 points to 30. Whoever saw this coming. That's still a Vijayasinghe having a bit of a go at Lahiri Madhushaka, who says, look at the scoreboard, mate. And that's the end of that. The Wesleyites will meet the winner of tomorrow's game, Trinity or St. Peters, live here exclusively on CSN as well. Clifford and I will take your leave, and Hisham Weldemiller will sum up exactly what happened in that stunning 40 minutes of play.
බලාපොරොත්තු වූ ආකාරයේ ප්‍රතිඵලයක් තමයි කනාධිපති කුසලාන ප්‍රථම අවසන් පූර්ව වටේ පරිපූර්ණ අද අතනේ ධර්මරාජ විද්‍යාල කණ්ඩායම පාරකට පත් කරා වෙස්ලි විදුහල් කණ්ඩායම ලකුණු 22.13ක් ලෙසයි අවසන් ලකුණු පූර්ව සටහන් විශේෂයෙන්ම ධර්මරාජ විද්‍යාල කණ්ඩායමේ තරගයේ පොසිෂන් ජයග්‍රහණ ලෙසින් විශේෂයෙන්ම ඔවුන් ලීග් තරගාවලියේ ජයග්‍රහණ කර මෙම කනාධිපති කුසලාන අවසන් පූර්ව තරගයට පිවිසා පින්න ජයසිංහ ප්‍රථම උත්සාහක දිනම ලබා ගත්තා ධර්මරාජ විදුහල් කණ්ඩායම වෙනුවෙන් අනතුරුව ගැවින් සීගස් වෙස්ලි විදුහල් වෙනුවෙන් ලබාගත් උත්සාහක දිනම ප්‍රවර්තනය සාධ කරගත්තා කණ්ඩායමේ නායකයා ලහිරු මදුශංක අනතුරුව වෙස්ලි විදුහල් කණ්ඩායමට ලබා දුන්නා තවත් උත්සාහක දිනමක් අනතුරුව අපි දුටුවා නාමල් රාජකරුණා වෙස්ලි විදුහල් කණ්ඩායම වෙනුවෙන් තවත් උත්සාහක දිනමක් ලබා ගන්න ආකාරය මේ ඔබ දකින්නේ නාමල් රාජකරුණා ලබාගත් උත්සාහක දිනම අනතුරුව තරගයේ ප්‍රථම භාගයේ නිමාවට පත්වුණේ ලකුණු 19.5ක් ලෙස වෙස්ලි විදුහල් කණ්ඩායම ඉදිරියෙන් තබමින් අනතුරුව තරගයේ දෙවන භාගයේදී කිසිදු හැකියාවක් ලැබුණේ නැහැ ධර්මරාජ විදුහල් කණ්ඩායමට ප්‍රවිෂ්ඨ වන්නට තරගයේ. නමුත් ඔවුන්ගේ එක් බලාපොරොත්තුවක් සාර්ථක කර දුන්නා කුරිගොල්ල උත්සාහක දිනමක් වාර්තා කර ගනිමින් ධර්මරාජ විදුහල් කණ්ඩායම නැවතත් තරගයට යම් ප්‍රමාණයකින් අවතීර්ණ කරවන්නට. අනතුරුව කණ්ඩායම් දෙකම ප්‍රබල කඩනක නියලුණා තමන්ගේ නමින් ලකුණු පූර්ව සටහන් කරගන්නට. කණ්ඩායම් දෙක අතරින් සිදු අතපසුවීමක් පුරුදු කරගනිමින් රාහුල් ද සිල්වා දනුවම් පහරකින් නැවතත් වෙස්ලි උදල් කණ්ඩායමට ලකුණු ලබා දුන්නා. ඉන් අනතුරුව රෝජන් හෙටිආරච්චි තමන්ගේ කණ්ඩායම වෙනුවෙන් දනුවම් පහරක් ලබා ගත්තද ධර්මරාජ උදල් කණ්ඩායමේ පරාජයෙන් ගැලවීමට එය ප්‍රමාණවත් වුණේ නැහැ. ක්ලිෆර්ඩ්.
Well, there you go, the victorious Wesleyites. Superb game from the beginning. They were spot on. They got their tactics right. They have done their homework. They know whom to attack. They know when to attack, and they were marking their players really well. Well, that paid them off. Good scoreline, and it's an absolute shocker for the Rajans. They were the favourites. They were the league champs, completely and thoroughly and cleanly beaten. And for tomorrow's game, well, it's going to be St. Peter's versus Trinity College. It's going to be another exciting game as well. We'll be bringing you live coverage from Carlton Sports Network. So we would like to meet you tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Until then, good night and God bless.
ඒ වගේම නවතත් මතක් කරන්න ඕනේ හෙට දෙවන අවසන් පූර්ව තරගය ශාන්ත පීතර විද්‍යාලය සහ මහනුවර ත්‍රිත්ව දුවල් කණ්ඩායම් අතර තරගයෙන් සමගින් නැවතත් අපි හොම වෙන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා කොළඹ රාජකීය විද්‍යාලය ක්‍රීඩාංගණයේ සිට හෙට පස්වරු 4ට සජීවීව CSN ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ ප්‍රමුඛතම ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව ඔස්සේ හමු වෙ බලාපොරොත්තු ඇතුව අප රාජකීය විද්‍යාලය සමගන්නවා. ආයුබෝවන්.